Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and so first things first, this is my first video on this channel in quite some time. I took a big break from the channel, mainly because I have another channel called Wear Testers, where we review footwear and sneakers and things like that. And that one just really takes up all of my time. However, I've been really wanting to just talk about a few of my favorite things, which just so happens to be a lot of action figures, comics, movies, and so on and so forth. So I just happened to grab this guy right here this morning, so I figured, why not make a video? The first time I tried to grab it, it's a Target exclusive for those of you guys that don't know, but the first time I tried to grab this thing, I actually got it. I went up to the register, I scanned it, and that dreaded bleep happened, where it's like see a team member. I really wish that Target would do a better job at making sure that things that are street dated don't make its way onto pegs early, because I'm personally in the thought process that it's first come, first serve, and I've lost out on figures before because they take them from me and then they come back on the street date and they're already gone. However, this Carnage figure I was able to grab because it was available now over at the Target app, and it had the pick up in store option, so I grabbed some. Also, just a quick backstory on me, and by backstory I just mean what type of collector I am. I'm a in-box collector, but I also do open up and collect loose figures as well. So the figures that I open up, I buy two of. One I like to keep just like this, and then the other one I like to open up and play with. I have a son, and he likes to play with the figures and things like that, and then when he's done with them, I don't know if you can see them back there, but they're all on my shelves. Maybe one day we'll do a room tour. But this right here is part of the current Retro Wave series of Spider-Man, where it's obviously packaged in 90s style packaging, much like the action figures that a lot of us grew up with. So we have the Spider-Man animated series packaging. We've got really cool card art right here that usually is like really reminiscent of the characters in the show. And the figures themselves used to be reminiscent of that as well, but not anymore. This guy definitely does not look like the one from the series. They already released that one in a different 2-pack, but that's Hasbro for you. All the money, and I mean all the money. But here's the back of the box, just in case you're wondering. So there you go. This used to be where they would have the instructions and things like that. I do have some original figures in box, but they are not up here. They're actually downstairs. But now the fun part, we get to actually rip this guy open. And this is how he comes in the package. He's got 2 trays right here. So he'll be packaged just like this. Oops, sorry, that sound was annoying. So we have accessories as well as the figure himself. And the accessories are pretty cool. They're also pretty basic, but pretty cool. But it is what it is. We basically have 2 extra sets of hands that are in the form of actual weapons, whereas the hands that he comes with in the figure are just kind of like clawed hands and everything like that. No additional hands like fists or full open hands. But if you happen to have one of the older releases of Carnage, this is just from a Marvel Legends wave, then I'm sure that you can take these off and put them on. They just don't have as much detail as these new ones, where they have all of the full black and red all over it. And then you have a back tendril piece that just ports right in. There's a little porthole. Pretty simple. Now, I won't go through all of the points of articulation, just because there's plenty of other YouTubers, great YouTubers on top of that do just that. So instead, I thought it would be fun to just kind of compare them to what we used to play with. I know that a lot of people complain about Marvel Legends nowadays. I'm not really sure why. I do know that the prices are up, quality can be down, but at the end of the day, these are just action figures. These are not premium collectibles. It's not like a $200 to $300 hot toy. You know what I mean? Like, that's a premium collectible, or a Mezco or something like that. Figuarts, those are premium. This is as basic as it gets, so that's why we only got a few accessories and all that stuff. But this is essentially what we were playing with way back in the day. And come on, man, there ain't no comparison here. While this is awesome in its own right, this is just leaps and bounds better. This is so sweet. Look at this thing. Look at it. He is cool as shit. Language! Now, real quick, I thought it would be fun to just talk about Carnage for a second. He debuted way back in 1992 in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 361. And then we would see this particular version of Carnage in Spider-Man, the animated series, back in 1994. Carnage is one of the coolest characters, I think. Maximum Carnage as a video game was great. Maybe not by today's standards, but back then, it was awesome. But yeah, something that you can't do with these original Toy Biz versions of the figures versus what you can with the new Hasbro versions, just their overall posability. Look at the cool poses that you could get out of these things. You can make him fighting Spider-Man, you can make him fighting Venom. So yeah, I think that this is a really awesome figure. I think that these are really fun. They look great in a collection sense where, you know, they're with the rest of the set in box mint and just looking real pretty on that card art. But at the same time, they're so much fun to open, pose around, play around with. I mean, this kind of stuff, like this is what I thought that this was when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is that I actually didn't have this as a kid. I always wanted it, but I have it now, so all is forgiven. But let me know what you think about this version of Carnage. Do you think that he's a good pickup? I think that us toy collectors are in a consume at all times mindset. So whenever we run across something like this, we must consume it no matter what. I know that some people might complain about it, but we buy it anyways. It's not like it breaks the bank. They're usually like 25 bucks and you get some cool enjoyment out of it. Plus a new piece to your collection. Or if you're actually like looking for this, like you want all the different versions, I think that is also really cool. That's kind of me. I only buy really what I like. So when I see something like this, I do feel like I need it. I need to add it to the collection, and then I want to open one to play with. It just kind of is what it is, you know what I mean? By the way, this shirt right here, I'm not trying to plug, but at the same time, I just so happen to be wearing it because, you know, this is my channel. So in addition to being, you know, the owner and founder of the other channel, Wear Testers, I also have founded this Sense Apparel clothing brand. So everything through it is nostalgic driven, whether it's basketball or nerd related. It's all just based around nostalgia and stuff like that. So everything is basically an homage to something, you know what I mean? So this is obviously an homage to the first appearance of Spider-Man. If you wanted to grab it, they're available now for pre-order at senseapparel.com. If you're interested in shoes, you may like our other channel, which is Wear Testers. And if you just like action figures, well, you're at the right place. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I hope to be consistent in doing this more often. I got a whole bunch of stuff back here actually. Things like this that I just haven't opened yet, and I would love to. So if you would like to see that stuff, comment down below and I can try to get that done for you as quickly as I can given my current busy schedule. So thank you guys so much for everything. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one, I hope. So until then, stay nerdy, my friends.